some other activities happen. Again, I thank each of you for showing up to wish Mom a happy birthday. And I did the math. Mom always liked to party, so. I was asked to just say a few things about Mom, and really this is just a reflection of what was in, what happened in our house growing up. So, I learned recently about leaving impressions at my workplace. Put the mic up. Mom had this thing that I noticed growing up, that before she ate an apple, she'd fumble it around in her hands and then she'd break it in two. So that was some little thing that I picked up. And I did this at work one day and wasn't even thinking. And one of the guys said, did you just tear that apple in two? And somebody else said, now is there a trick to that? Or how did you do it? So anyway, it was noted. And so I'm out on the job site one day, working with a couple of women who we recently hired. But anyway, they knew about this as well. And this issue about breaking the apple in two came up. And so one of them asked me, he said, how did you learn to do that? And I just quipped right back. I said, my mother taught me. So, and I thought nothing of it, and we went on. About 15 minutes later, we've left the job site, and nobody's even talking. And this one breaks out laughing. And she said, I just can't get that image of your mother out of my mind. So, sometimes you get in trouble if you say too much, and sometimes you get in trouble if you don't say enough. So, if I leave any impression today, it's that, Mom, each of your kids love you very much, and so we hope you have a happy birthday when it gets here. I'm not done yet. Okay. One thing that came to my mind was I always found Mom to be a common sense person, but to describe it, I couldn't think of any time to describe that. But when I get out working, you can really notice common sense more when you find that it's lacking. You've heard that phrase, common sense is not so common after all. Well, Mom had lots of common sense. And the good thing about that was, as kids growing up, kids get in trouble. If you multiply that by 12, but it was never a big thing. There were times when it might have been a big thing. Mel, do you remember the time we were breaking the windows in Work's house? I think Paul Miller was there that day too. So anyway, I'll move along. But anyway, life at home was good. And another thought that came to my mind and just kind of brought to mind the physical demands that come along in the summertime. Remember those big wash basins that were metal that you did the laundry in, and we would have a couple of them. And before dinner, we'd get between wagon loads of hay getting delivered to the barn. Sometimes the guys would have to come in and we'd help my sisters get the peas. And we'd take one of these wash tubs and we'd go in with the peas and bring them back. And when the wash tub was full, then we had enough for dinner. Laundry was another job that just never ended. You know what that's like, even if you have 2 or 3 kids. So, one of the more difficult aspects of life is relationships. They are the most difficult, but actually the most important. So, with all the kids Sometimes there was a little bit of friction between things at home. But what I see there is Mom's attitude. Mom, she always had the other person's interest at heart. She wasn't, and I guess by definition that's really love, when you put somebody else's interest before your own. So that was worth mentioning. And she genuinely likes people. I was sitting over there and watching the people coming through the line. And she just light up. The more came, the more she liked it. So. Anyway, one more brief note. Around the house, there was always a Bible. And this thing about relationships, Mom was influenced by her relationship with her Savior, Jesus Christ. And on that note, Velda is going to bring the guitar over. And we're going to do a little song for you, Mom. It's When I Get Where I'm Going. One of her favorite songs. She plays it on her CD, her place. So, if I neglected to say it, happy birthday. Start whenever you want, Thomas.
I must have learned that apple thing too from my mother, and I did it once for a couple of little kids, and the little girl just looked at me and said, "You have powers." So thanks, Mom.
Whenever you're ready. Send us a tool.
I had a low chair when I set this up. So, that TV show about the idols, well, we're not trying to. That's my granddaughter young. Okay, how about we'll start, we won't stop.
First time that's happened.
Yeah. I get to where I'm going. On the far side of the sky. First thing that I'm gonna do, spread my wings and fly. The land I climb, run my spirits through the rain. I might find out what it's like to ride a drop of rain. Wrong chords here. Oh, when I get where I'm going, there'll be only happy tears. I will share the sins and struggles I have carried all these years. And I will leave my heart wide open. I will love and have no fear. Yeah, when I get where I'm going, cry for me down with my granddaddy, and I'll match him step for step. And I'll tell him how I've missed him every minute since he left. Then I'll hug his neck, yeah, when I get where I'm going. There'll be only happy tears. I'll share the sins and struggles I have carried all these years. And I'll leave my heart wide open. I will love and have no fear. Yeah, when I get where I'm going, don't cry for me down here. So much pain, so much darkness, this world we stumble through. All these questions I can't answer, so much work to do. But when I get where I'm going, I see my Maker's face. I'll stand forever in the light, His amazing grace. Yeah, when I get where I'm going, oh, when I get where I'm going, there'll be only happy tears. I will love and have no fear.
I get where I'm going.
Yeah, when I get where I'm going. Here going.
To say a couple words at Velma's birthday party, because not only did I grow up beside her, I left, came back, and developed quite a friendship with Velma over the years and working in the church and whatnot, so I was honored to be asked to say something. So Velma, first I would like to wish you a happy birthday on behalf of the surrounding communities that you have so faithfully worked. Velma has been a member of several organizations over the years: the Women's Institute, the Cottage Hospital, which was later called the Knoll Medical Clinic, Home and School, the choir, the Parish of Maitland, and she's also held positions of warden, secretary, and treasurer for years for St. Paul's in Northfield.
Years.
It was years. All of which she did very tirelessly and in the church with a whistle. I don't think I'll ever go in the church to work without hearing Velma whistling. She was an active member until her move to her new home in Truro, of which time we've really missed her, but she still supports us in Northfield whenever she can. So Velma, thank you for all your work in our communities, and again, a very happy birthday from the members of St. Paul's Church. And we'd like to present you at this time with a small gift. Yeah. And that's from all of us in Northfield and St. Paul. funny little things about Velma, and I remember her once telling me, I don't know what we were talking about, but I guess I must have been a little upset about a situation, because she said to me, now think about it, she says, there's not a situation that can happen that you can't find some good in. And I'd always remembered that, to stop and think, regardless of what was happening to you in your own personal life, to think about the situation and there was something good in it, somewhere, if you just look hard enough. And I think it was with her faith that she could see that.